Crypto DLT with MrConectr. Be sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell for daily content. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? It's MrConectr back again. How's everybody doing out there? Let's get it going. All right, let me get my headphones set up. Hadn't streamed in a while, guys. But I'm back. What's up, everybody? How we doing out there? Let's get into some crypto.
Crypto is awesome. Anybody who is not taking zero knowledge proof privacy solutions seriously is going to heavily regret it in the coming years, because reusing crypto is also the future. Anybody who is not taking zero knowledge proof privacy solutions seriously is going to heavily regret it.
But we need to be able to take the benefits of blockchain and what blockchain has to offer and take the needs from the consumer and the business privacy that we're hearing from the traditional financial infrastructure and implement that. So this is an area that, first of all, privacy has been near and dear to my heart for many, many, many years, and things that I've advocated for also before Congress, but before I came to Stellar and before I got into this space regarding privacy and the importance of it. And so it's really fun to see these worlds merge and for us to be able to be hyper-focused there right now.
All right, guys, if you haven't noticed, the theme of today's show is privacy. We have the Fourth Amendment in America. I don't know about other countries, but here in America, we value our privacy. Let's keep it going. We got right here. European Union regulators have fined Elon Musk's social media platform X.com for 120 million euros for failing to comply with digital regulations. They've got that act over there. I don't even remember what it's called, but yeah, this is the stuff that happens after you lose the Fourth Amendment. It goes to stuff like this. So America is the last standing ground for freedom, guys. If you ask me, let's keep it. Let's fight for freedom. So why do we need privacy in crypto, guys? We know it's a public chain. It's been a while since I streamed, guys. Good to be back, though. I'm just getting all my levels right. Got my background music. There we go. Okay, so we've got crypto now, and they come out the gate with all this technology, guys. We love it. We love crypto. We love the technology. We want privacy. But we do have the Fourth Amendment to protect that privacy. So what's going on with the Fourth Amendment here? This is an older article, very relevant today, though. And we'll get to some news and prices in just a minute. But I want to go through my little slides here. Crypto defenders battle for Fourth Amendment privacy. Okay, we've got introduction here. This is from Wallet Investor. So there's this new DeFi educational fund. Well, not new. This is a couple years old, like I said. DEF, DeFi Educational Fund, is stepping into the spotlight. They're actively challenging a pivotal decision by the U.S. Internal Revenue Service from 2017. During that period, Coinbase, a top-tier crypto exchange, found itself compelled to share data of over 1,400 users with the IRS. So the sharper standoff, firstly, meet James Harper. He's an active Coinbase user. He's not merely sitting back. Instead, he's appealing against the IRS. Consequently, his bold move has sparked a broader conversation, leading to a surge in demand for fortified digital privacy rights. Yeah, what's up, Charlotte? Is that Yogi Charlemagne? I hate how they have the usernames. Guys, you can go in and change your @ names if you didn't know on YouTube. So I know who everyone is. I think you can change it twice within like 2 weeks or something like that. But yeah, wife's had me busy. That's right. Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, taking care of some things. Staying busy on my end. I kind of got out of crypto for a little while, guys, but you know, that's one of my main things in life with the these advancements going on. But I love it. I love freedom. It's you know, the way the world is, it's kind of easy to get depressed and try to get try not to get too down about the prices and all that. But I'm here just like you guys, just like you, and trying to keep it going and stay interested in this space. You know, we've been held back for so long. I've been in this space from what, end of 2017, and it's a lot to take in, and there's a lot of news coming out. So let's keep it going. Decoding the Fourth Amendment. So yeah, I've always talked about Fourth Amendment on my streams. You know, right to searches and seizures of your papers and effects. It's cash too, guys. So crypto's supposed to be like cash. If you ask me, at the heart of the issue is the Fourth Amendment with the U.S. Constitution. The goal is to shield people from unwarranted government intrusions. However, the DeFi Educational Fund is sounding the alarm. They argue that given with the rapidly evolving digital landscape, this amendment might be lagging. Therefore, it's high time for our laws to catch up to ensure unwavering privacy standards. The DeFi Educational Fund is proud to support the industry by filing an amicus brief in that one case with Coinbase. That's over and gone with, I believe, with the new admin stepping in. Crypto is a different beast. So on the other hand, crypto isn't your average currency. It operates transparently with every transaction visible and traceable by anyone with know-how. So that's what these, if you guys are newbies, that's what these Explorer websites. Each chain has its own Explorer, you know, where you can go check out the all the transactions, how much the wallets hold. You know, that's not a secret. How much coins is in each wallet. And if you ask me, that's perfect for government accountability. Government spending on the blockchain for transparency. What we need to do is demand that the government itself doesn't have these Fourth Amendment protections that we do. Government needs to be transparent, needs to be on the blockchain, and everything's kind of going that way. If you look at what Trump said, which is really good. We want to see what they do, and they have to get a warrant to see what we do. That's the way it should be. Let's stay with that. But yeah, if we put government on the blockchain, government spending on the blockchain, increased accountability, reduce corruption, cost efficiency goes way down, enhanced citizen engagement, streamlined auditing processes. I mean, it's the perfect world when you put the government on the blockchain and have that accountability. So the DEF, they have gotten involved with the amicus brief with Coinbase. There's a Kraken conundrum. The crypto exchange Kraken found itself in the crosshairs. The government, hungry for data, demanded transaction records of over 14,000 individuals for taxation scrutiny. In response, Kraken pushed back, alarmed that this could strip users of privacy, laying bare details like their IP addresses. Use your VPNs, guys. That reminded me to check my VPN. Personal assets and more. Bridging the banking gap. The DeFi Educational Fund's chief legal officer underscores the chasm between blockchain and conventional banking. In her view, blockchain offers a unparalleled deep dive into individuals' financial trajectory. This depth, she warns, might tread on the boundaries set by the Fourth Amendment. We've got these protections in place. We must keep them in place. What's up, X? Lloyd's comment here. We have great strength connector. Yes, I do. I too have taken small breaks, still doing same dollar cost averages. It's a matter of time. Can't hold my breath anymore. Yeah. Whatever happens, happens. We're just along for the ride, actually. That's right, my man. Yeah, Yogi's got to change her handle. Yeah. I think, a lot of people need to go in and change their handles. She's taking a break too until she gets the urge to buy the dips. Yep. Get them where you can, I guess. We've been, as we navigate the digital age, the challenges to privacy multiply. This case serves as a beacon, highlighting the urgent need to safeguard our digital footprints and personal data in a tech-driven world. Ultimately, the crypto community, along with privacy advocates, wait with bated breath. The Supreme Court's decision will undoubtedly shape the contours of digital privacy for years to come. I don't think this case went to the Supreme Court, the Coinbase case. I'm sure the new admin got in there and probably dropped that. As I remember, they dropped a bunch of cases. So what kind of privacy coins are out there? What are our options? Coin market cap. You know, the government, they can want all they want, but we have these protections. So these coins are in place. If we go by market cap, hold on. Where's the... Yes, this is by market cap. Nope. I can't align it by market cap. Hold on, guys. All right, well, let's just do the past 24 hours. Privacy coins. Ranked 2000. We got Layer AI doing the best in the past 24 hours. Hey, what's up, Protein 40? I'm back, man. I never left. I'm still here. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. No, just taking a little break here and there when I can, helping the wife out. Got some projects going on at the house, that type of deal. We got to get back at it when we can, though. Just looking over these privacy coins. Mesa, never heard of that one. Particle, these are arranged by the past 24 hours. Bear with me, guys. I haven't streamed in a month, I believe. So we're just kind of getting into some new things. One of the topic of today to be privacy. Of course, we have our Monero and Zcash. Zcash had a big bump in price, about 2 weeks ago. There was an coordinated I don't know, just kind of a rush in on Zcash for the privacy. It seems like some of the legacy, these pundits kind of promoted it. And there it goes. We do have Litecoin down for privacy. I'm not sure how that works. Dash. From what I remember, Dash has an option to turn on a private transaction. Look, there's your Tornado Cash, Decreed. But, some of the main ones I wanted to go over. And also, as far as smart contracts, the first privacy smart contracts is the Secret Network on the Cosmos IBC layer. Secret's the first mainnet blockchain with privacy preserving smart contracts, launched in 2020. This makes it possible to build apps that are decentralized and permissionless, yet private. Privacy preserving contracts with end-to-end encryption. So that's something to keep an eye on. What other options do we have? Midnight Network. They launched the Night token. I do have, I think the window is closed now for the, I did a video on how to claim the Night airdrop. I'm not sure. I believe the window's closed now on claiming the airdrop. And I don't think they've announced the airdrop dates, but you're supposed to be able to claim it for like a year once they start the release of the airdrop. I did do that, so I'll keep you guys up to date on that. But yeah, Midnight, that's Charles Hoskinson. He's been working on this Night airdrop. So Night token, Midnight blockchain is the name of the blockchain. Powers the Midnight blockchain. So I assume that's kind of a token on Cardano. You know, just like the XRP ledger has tokens. Oh wow, I didn't realize I was that big on screen. Okay, okay, we got Midnight, which relies on zero knowledge proofs to safeguard sensitive data in decentralized apps. So zero knowledge, that means you don't have any knowledge of the transaction in order to approve the transaction. It just goes through, right? It is a fixed supply of 24 billion tokens with 4.5 billion ready for redemption starting December 10th. Okay, so they did come out with a date. What's today's date? The 10th? What is today? The 5th, sorry. So we got 5 days, it looks like, through staggered thaws. So I think there's like 4 different claims that you can make within a year. Once you've claimed all of them, 4 different thaws. It's weird how they're doing it. Claimants from the glacier drop and the scavenger mine phases can preview schedules in the upcoming portals. Yeah, go check out the Cardano Night portal if you want more information on that. Night is now live with today's launch of Night. Okay, this was yesterday for Midnight with today's launch of Night as a Cardano native asset, CNA. We are officially kicking off the countdown to redemptions for the for the more than 4.5 billion tokens claimed during the glacier drop and the scavenger mine phases. I think the scavenger mine was like tokens left over that weren't claimed from the glacier drop. This marks the first step in bringing Night to the community as we continue progressing toward a fully decentralized Midnight mainnet. Redemption windows will open in phases. Thaws is what they're calling them. The redemption portal will launch shortly beforehand to allow the people to preview their allocations and thawing schedules ahead of time. Okay, so each wallet, different wallets had different thaw times. They do that to prevent mass like selling of the token all at once to crash the price, basically, from what I understand. What else do we have? What other options? There's been a lot of talk about the XRP ledger having some privacy options coming. They just passed this MP token update on the ledger. This was passed on October 1st. So that allows new multi-purpose tokens instead of the trust line tokens. So we've always had the normal trust line tokens. These MPT tokens, they're really efficient tokens with more options. And RippleX Dev is saying confidential MPT is a spec for the XRP ledger that would bring privacy to balances and transfers. Balances and transfers. So how much each wallet holds and, of course, transfers. Public auditability and validator enforced checks would remain unchanged, creating a secure environment for finance that anyone can build on. And I don't know a lot about this. There's a lot of people talking about the XDNA and privacy. I think that's a token on the XRP ledger. I mean, it's hard to tell what's a real project. There's a lot of promotions out there for different coins, but it sounds good, that XDNA. This is not it. What other options do we have? Here's more on the zero knowledge multi-purpose tokens on the XRP ledger. confidential multi-purpose tokens. This specification introduces confidential multi-purpose tokens, MPTs, on the XRP ledger. Confidential MPTs provide confidential transfers and balances using the EIGAMAL encryption and zero knowledge proofs while preserving the XLS33 semantics. Confidentiality, public auditability, selective disclosure. The protocol offers flexible auditability through two distinct models. The primary mechanism provides trust, minimized on-chain verification for predefined auditors. Compatibility and issuer control. The MPT tokens look like a good option for privacy. We've got to preserve our privacy. You know, I was trying to find some more on side chains. We know that the XRP ledger has lookalike side chains. So the entire XRP ledger can be copied, can be downloaded and copied, and anyone can run their own version of the XRP ledger. They can create their own native coin in that version of the XRP ledger, which is called a side chain. And we're still waiting. If you look right here, this has been ongoing for, is it 2 years now almost? A year and a half? I don't know. I've been covering it a while. X-Chain Bridge, that's a cross-chain bridge. Your side chain can use a your own native currency, or it can use XRP, the original XRP, as its native currency. So you've got that option there. And you want to be able to send native XRP out of the XRP ledger into these side chains. And that's what we're waiting on. That's the X-Chain Bridge. That's a big deal. There's only 22% that have voted yes for that. So that's a big step that we've been waiting on. Imagine all this vertical interoperability of all these different sidechain layers. You could have one for privacy. You know, we could just, as a community, we could declare our own sidechain as a private sidechain and have our own validators. That's what we should do. Come up with our own DNL list and run our own sidechain with our XRP as the native token. We can all agree upon that, on it being the native token for our private sidechain. So if anyone knows anything about the side chains and privacy, I'm sure that's going to be an option, because these banks, they're going to want their own privacy. On side chains, you get to make your own rules. So you can add in different controlling rules, you know. Makes it centralized, yes, but that's what the legacy system wants. All we're doing, guys, is these banks are going to be just running all the same operations, everything, nothing changes, but it's going to be on decentralized rails, running at the speed of light and cheaper. So we are in for some wild changes. Okay, let's get to connector coins. What's popping off today? We have Omni Network up 40% today. That Omni Network, that's your next generation of the IOP, the Interledger Protocol, with Austin King's new project. They've improved upon the ILP, and it's got a native token, whereas the ILP does not. So that's interesting. We've got Hash Provenance blockchain. That's an entire blockchain built for a mortgage company, basically. You put everything on there and prove that you've locked up a certain amount of coins for your mortgage, and you got proof. You can explore the blockchain for your collateral and all that good stuff. Electronium's still in the game. Zahal, there's probably a good chain for privacy right there. Tron, Pulsar's been, it doesn't seem like it's been doing good. It's been, I thought it went up anyway. XPR liquid staking solution. I keep talking about how these entities are going to want to take these coins and lock them up and then duplicate them and have it where they can be put on staking platforms or on the blockchain where you can stake it, but also custody the same coin. So that's what liquid staking is. It's kind of duplicating the coin for other uses while it's safeguarded in a custody solution. Sologenic and COREUM together. I hope they combine. There was talks about them combining, but that COREUM, Sologenic, big on the tokenization radar for me. What else do we have? I'm just looking through the connector coins now. DAG Constellation. I was telling the wife about that one the other day. She was talking about XRP, and I said, look, I love XRP. Of course, you know, guys, I'm not a maxi. I hold these different coins. I love it, but you might want to look into like something like DAG Constellation. That's a technological advancement, these DAGs. So I really like what they're doing. Can't sleep on that for sure. And don't sleep on your flare and metal. So what's going on with flare and metal? We want to check right quick our metal. How much XRP is deposited? I hope you guys are good in the chat. I'll get back to looking at the chat. Good. Let's go. $20 million worth of XRP. You've got a total on the XPR loan markets, a total of $55 million locked up. 20 million of that is XRP. So it's heavily weighted in XRP, and you're only getting 0.23% APY on that. So not much, but what does that tell you? That says safety to me. When it's that low, they're safe about it. I mean, it's more than a banking account, sure. That's just me. What else were we talking about? Flare. You've got 191 million total lock value on Flare with their F asset ecosystem going in place where you can lock up your XRP. And what was the new, I guess, platform? Firelight, I think, with Flare. That's where you can, I think it was, what was it? Had a couple, yeah, Firelight. The upcoming launch of Firelight is expected to further enhance Flare's DeFi ecosystem. I think that's where you can leave coins on the XRP ledger and never have to even move them into Flare, from what I'm tracking here. Okay, we've got our ETF terminal to take a look at. You guys are doing good in the chat. Appreciate you guys joining me. What's today? Friday. It's the weekend, baby. Let's go. $17 million spot volume. So every day you've got, right now you've got 17 million. I haven't even looked at this yet. We're going to go through it together. Last updated December 5th. That's today. We got 17 million running. That's volume. That's up and down. If you don't know that, LEV volume is 38.5. Market closes in 32 minutes. Is it already? Yeah. Almost 4 o'clock already. 3:27 on the East Coast. You guys give me a like if you could, and subscribe if you're new. Let's keep it going. Looking at the crypto market XRP ETFs. Okay, we've got a calendar. We've got 1 day. There's all your different ETFs there. Where's my magnifying glass? There we go. Amplify, Pro Shares, TAR EX, Grayscale, Volatility Shares, Techrium, Franklin Templeton, Canary, Bitwise, Rex Osprey. Vanguard and BlackRock don't have any as of now. Vanguard wouldn't even let anyone buy spot Bitcoin ETFs. But now it's pretty weird. As soon as the XRP ETFs come out, then they say that their customers can get into ETFs right after the XRP ETFs dropped. So that was very telling for me. I hope it was for you. What's up, Turple Nurple? Good to have you, as always. Back at it again today. And let's see. How do we... Okay, so let's change it to spot. That was all volume. That includes the COREUM and orange is, well, COREUM. What's red? Pro shares. So there's some that aren't spot, but this is all spot. Amplify, Canary, Grayscale, Rex, Osprey, Franklin, Templeton, and Bitwise. What's the highest spot there? Rex, Osprey. It's 70 million in volume. I guess 1 day there. Yeah, these are each block is a day. Just kind of trying to get an idea of all this. The volume. What's got the most volume? Grayscale's got 39. No, that's the price amount of each ETF. So you buy 1 unit of the Bitwise XRP ETF. It's called XRP. 1 unit. That's confusing for newbies, I know, because it's not the original asset, the native asset of the ledger. This is an ETF package called XRP. I don't think they should have did that. I mean, that's pretty cool they got that, but $22.62. That's the price of their ETF product per unit. So that's how that works. And the volume, we've got 4.6 on that one. And that looks like the highest one, probably at the top there. Here's the derivatives, that XXRP, which I am in that, and we'll check on that in just a second. 16 million in volume. Okay, cool. Let's look at... Jeffrey in the house. What's up, Jeffrey? I'm back. Best voice in crypto. Appreciate that, my man. I think that's my more of my compressor, my tube compressor, tube preamp, studio equipment. I tried a new played that earlier. Kind of shows where my synthesizers are. And you can see right there is you can see my hand. There's a pre-mixing board up here. I've got a monitor there and there. Anyway, I did that on my little pre-stream jam. Okay, cool. We're gonna look at the winners and losers today. Past 24 hours on CoinMarketCap Mantle. Zcash only up 1%. What a flat day. God, these boring days. I don't like that. I know you guys don't. That's why we try to catch the news. Top made in America coins. Let's stick with the American coins. Past 24 hours, XYO up 17%. Relio Networks up 8% and Flux up 6%. Verge. Hadn't heard about Verge in a while. Look at Melania's meme coin running. That thing crashed. But it's running again, looks like. Not much, though. It'll take a lot to come up after all that crash. We've got the sectors in crypto, and we'll get to the news in just a minute. Okay, we've got the music sector leading the way in crypto with ULT Island. ARTX. Not sure what that is. Cosmos is up 17% with Terra Luna Classic. Luna Classic's up 94. Let's take a look at that. Let's look at there's Luna. I was looking at that. That's not Luna Classic though, is it? Lunk. Ranked 85. You guys remember what the mess that happened with Lunk. Oh, wow. Look at that chart. I don't think I've actually looked at it in a while. That's, you know, the Dogecoin scandal when it crashed or whatever. Look at that crash. It was at, oh my God, $118 per coin. And now it's at, and it dropped down to 0.00029, which I think they had a supply change, maybe. I'm not sure, but today's, well, let's look at 7-day on Lunk, and Lunk is doing a little bit. No telling about that. Interesting how that one's hanging around after that fiasco. And as far as the sectors again, that was Lunk bringing up the Cosmos. There's so many coins on the Cosmos. Let's take a quick look at the map of zones. One of my favorite websites in crypto. Love the constellation. I mean, the Cosmos ecosystem. Very undervalued in my opinion. I can't believe it's still around, hovering around $4 after all these years. It's pretty wild. Let me zoom in a little bit. These are the, actually I have to zoom out to get rid of that. Maybe not. How do I get rid of that? Anyway, you got all these different coins on the Cosmos IBC layer. Of course, Cosmos Hub is what we call it, with Injective and Noble, Osmosis, Secret, SETA, Sega, Archway, Axelar. There's your Axelar connection with your interoperability. We talked about the secret network. It's on here somewhere. There's so many on here. Look at all these coins, though. So many that have decided to join the Cosmos Hub. And it's just not a lot of people talk about it. But that interoperability is one of the best out there, if you ask me. Total crypto market cap today is $3.01 trillion. Little pullback there. We hit 4.15 the other day. And that wasn't the other day. That was September 28th. Up 43,000% all time. Up 455% on the 5-year. So you guys that have been in this a while, you're experiencing that. If you're a newbie, everybody gets in at different times. This stuff is here to stay. From everything we've seen, it's here to stay. So people get in, get out at different times. So don't feel like you're late. There's always, you know, we're in a nascent industry. This stuff isn't even being really used yet to its potential. Come on, let's keep it going. The market cap dominance for Bitcoin, we are currently at 59.3. There's your all-time dominance for Bitcoin. Of course, it started out as the GOAT and pulled back for that first alt season. And looks like utility right here. That's what I see when I see altcoins trying to make a comeback. That means speculation over utility. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, utility, that's when you're using the coins. We've yet to get to that point, guys. We've yet to see this stuff in operations. Yeah, we're seeing some companies buy these coins for their treasuries. We know the potential, though. That Ethereum long 2 times daily long daily XRP ETF, Yeah, I've been losing money in that one for sure. I think I got in about a couple months ago. There's the 6 months. So yeah, I'm definitely losing money. But what happens though is it's the 2 times. If it goes up, it's going to go up twice as high there. So we're just holding that, waiting it out, see what happens with that. Let's look at a stock market today. S&P 500 is about to close and see if anything jumps out. Broad comes up a little bit. All this is going to the blockchain though. Not a big fan of a lot of stocks, but we like to take a look at stocks that touch crypto. You know, Circle had a kind of a hard pullback, but all time it's still up 52% at 85. And we haven't even gotten to the news yet, guys. The best is yet to come. Coinbase sitting at 270. I think this is up to date. All right, precious metals. Gold's at $4,202. Look at there. It's hitting a double top there. Which way will it go after this double top? Let's look at the month. And on silver, trying to hit a double top there as well. Real money, real assets. Guys, we've been seeing a lot about a lot of the cut that off. A lot of the you know, the benefits, the SNAP benefits going away for certain states that didn't report. That's going to be happening in what is that, February? A lot of the Democrat states didn't report their numbers or their fraud prevention and all that. So that says that they're full of fraud and they might be losing the whole states. There's like 20 states, I think, that might be losing their SNAP benefits. And we saw that go out during the shutdown or whatever. But the biggest thing about that is holding people back that are staying on these benefits. The biggest thing, and nobody talks about it, you can't own assets when you're on these programs, guys. They go through, of course, I don't know how that's working out with digital assets, but they go through and you have to declare. I've got friends that do it. You know, they have to declare that they don't own this, that they don't own anything. So how can you ever get ahead in life without owning assets? You can't do it. That I know of. That's the only way I know is to hold an appreciating asset. Okay, let's check out CryptoPanic.com. How's the chat doing out there? We got a few people still watching. All right, I don't expect much of streaming. What am I doing? Once every month now? I got to get back at it, guys. I appreciate you guys joining. 480 million Doge snapped by Wells in 48 hours. What's coming? I don't know. What's coming for Doge? Just going through the headlines here. We've got CEA Industries moves to defuse YZI Labs over abandoning 500 million BNB reserve. Okay, JP Morgan says strategy is a key to Bitcoin's next move. The International Monetary Fund warns that stablecoins may weaken central bank control. Well, hopefully, that's what we want. We want the people to take the power back. We want the banks, the small local banks, to be just as efficient and have the level playing field as the big liquidity banks. There's no reason why that can't happen. They've got way too much control. Turkish fintech expands in Middle East, North African footprint with CoinMina. Just looking through these headlines. Netflix drops. I finally canceled my Netflix after all these years. Is that there's a little they wanted a reason for canceling Netflix. Yeah, I put down what did I put? You know, they got, I don't know if there's any kind of trouble or anything, but I saw a clip with I don't want to get into it too much, but some of their stuff is not very family friendly, if you get what I mean. There's a lot of disgusting stuff I've seen. But I put on there, what was I put? Reason for canceling. It was Netflix's bad morals. And I said, God wins on there. So hopefully the right person saw that message. But yeah, I saw where they bought Time Warner. Did you see that today? Netflix bought Time Warner. And yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Let's see. So they're trying to stay relevant, I guess. They had to make a move. They lost a bunch of customers over that. Okay, we've got Wisdom Tree launches Europe's first fully staked Ethereum ETP. Maryland man sentenced to 15 months for helping North Korean hackers infiltrate U.S. tech firms. Wow. All it takes is a bad actor, guys. One bad actor. Told you guys my identity got stolen. And they were able to open up Verizon wireless accounts in my name. And I think that they had to submit a copy of my driver's license to do that. And the only place I'm giving my driver's license to, I've had to do it to a couple crypto exchanges, you know, for the KYC. And I do it at local, like a doctor's office. That's the only two that I know of. Maybe there's another one, who knows. But all it takes is one bad actor within an organization. That's why I don't want to have to show if I go buy a pack of smokes at a convenience store, I don't want to have to show the clerk where I live. Why should you have to show the clerk where you live at to buy a cigar, right? It's crazy. So that's why I'm kind of on the privacy theme today. At the beginning of the show, if you missed it, it was all about privacy. Here's Zach XBT, British hacker linked to 243 million Genesis theft, likely nabbed in Dubai. Wow, I did see where I'm not sure if it was the European Union or if it was the UK, but they have passed it at the beginning of the year. I think crypto digital assets will be considered property, and it will have all of the financial legalities where, you know, it can be treated like cash as far as property for going and get it or whatever. But hey, what's up, Joseph? Salute, MrConectr. It's been a minute. We still riding the wave. Yeah, we're still here. After all this time, we're still here riding the wave. That's all we can do, right? That's a perfect analogy there. Riding the wave. Waiting on the next one, right? XRP stalls at 203 while Digitap, ticker is TAP, raises $2 million in its early rounds. Banking degens call it the best crypto to buy before listings. Okay, we've got a new one here, and it looks like they're comparing it with XRP, Digitap. Okay, let's check this out. Why doesn't this load? Hold on. Okay, what is this Digitap? Let's see. It's the company behind the world's first Omni Bank. Let me just gonna try to blow it up for you so you can see it better, but it messes it up. Okay. The world's first Omni Bank ranks as one of the best cryptos to buy before it hits exchanges. You got to be careful with these promotions out there. You never know. This is from CoinDOO. I've never heard of that one. Digitap banking tools stand out among crypto to buy. While XRP was created to help banks and payment providers move money across borders more efficiently, Digitap is taking a more direct approach to reinventing banking features for everyday users. Digitap's fintech banking app is live on iOS and Android. Okay, it allows users to send, receive, store, save, swap, and invest in crypto and fiat. The platform combines traditional banking features such as money transfers. Notably, money remitters charge an average of 6.2 per transaction. Is it that high? My God, 6.2. Wow. What's up, Nathan Stevens? Good to have you back, sir. Let me give you a blue mod wrench here. Nathan's a longtime supporter. You guys, if you're watching, get in the chat and chat with me. I'll give you a blue wrench. You can be the blue crew. There you go, Nathan. Okay, Digitap. Let's see. It also offers a non-KYC, no KYC option for basic users, lowering the barriers to onboarding for anyone worldwide. There are more than 1 billion adults. I don't know if this is anything worth talking about or not. It's just they're comparing it to XRP, so we're going to take a look at it. Digitap pre-sales gains show demand for banking-focused crypto. So they're saying they're banking focused right out the gate. Having a pre-sale, the TAP token. They've raised more than 2 million. Yeah. Sounds like they're kind of using XRP to promote itself. That's just what I'm getting out of it, though. No telling, though. I didn't look into who's behind it or anything. Nathan says, up AI on DAG. Up AI on DAG. Okay. Yeah, I did watch the boardroom where they were, when they had DAG and PI. Yeah, that was a great stream. Shout out to Uncle Buster and Berserker and Nerdy on the boardroom. Yeah, I did see where the DAG has its own coins now. Let's look at that. Let's look at my favorites. I've got some. I use this CryptoRank.io to look at the different coins. Or the different tokens on each network, and it's not loading. What is DAG ranked? Let me find it first. Constellation DAG. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Ranked 292. Oh my God, where was I at? I've got so many tabs here. Nope. Here we go. 292. Let's just type it in. So this is CryptoRank.io. You can look at each blockchain and all the tokens on that blockchain. And it's not coming up. Maybe we can go down the line like we wanted to. Is that for real? DAG is ranked 292, 293 now. Oh my God. Wow. We'll get to it in a second. Okay, it's not showing. Well, let's type in constellation. Maybe the... Oops, spelled it wrong. Oh. It's not coming up on this. Anyway, we'll give up on that. Yeah, so DAG has a lot of different coins on there. There's a couple that have been talked about. DOR, I guess DOR, and there's already the what did the guy say? I think it was Dagum. There's these DPIN devices on the entryways of government buildings already that are using the DOR coin, the DOR technology. VET upgrade DPOS 25% now from 2.2%. Okay, Nathan, you got it, buddy. Cool. All right, we haven't even got into my bookmarks yet. Let's look at let's see, bookmarks. Where's bookmarks? I haven't been keeping a real close eye on the news, but I've got a few here. Crypto Barbie did post U.S. spot ETFs are close to 1 billion assets under management in less than 30 days after launch. So XRP ETFs are steady taking the XRP supply down, guys. So they're steady working on pulling those coins off of the circulating supply. We'll see what happens with the escrow. Some people think that a lot of the escrow has already been portioned out. So we shall see. We've got Chad Steingraber. We covered that earlier. And that CoinDesk US spot XRP ETFs hit their 13th straight day of net inflows. 13 days of inflows, not outflows. Nearing the $1 billion milestone. And they just reached that. We saw the new bridge connecting Coinbase's base network and Solana is now live via Chainlink's CCIP, and the UK formally recognized crypto and NFTs as personal property. Okay, that is the UK. We just covered that earlier. Cool.
Hey everyone, you're watching CoinDesk
check
Daily.
this out.
I'm your host, Jen Sanasi. Maintaining a blistering pace, recording their 13th consecutive day of net inflows since launching on November 14th. The funds pulled in over $50 million in new capital on Wednesday alone, pushing cumulative inflows to nearly $875 million. This streak establishes XRP products as one of the fastest growing classes of crypto investment vehicles. Approaching the $1 billion milestone in under a month signals significant acceptance from TradFi. This momentum is part of a broader crypto ETF surge, with Solana funds attracting over $600 million recently, and Bitcoin and Ether ETFs continue to dominate with nearly $58 billion and $13 billion in total inflows, respectively. Utility or privacy? The transparency of traditional blockchains forces a difficult choice.
Okay, here's our midnight. I guess this is a little commercial for midnight.
Break free from this limitation with Midnight. Looking for the best way to unlock your crypto's liquidity? Take out a crypto-backed loan.
Okay, let's get away from the commercials. All right, they just wanted to cover a little bit with the ETFs. Okay, we've got Chad again, funded in part by Ripple. You're welcome, America. Carolyn Pham, she is the CFTC, one of the commissioners. I'm not sure who's, I forget who's over the entire, who's the chairperson for that. I'm not sure if it's her or not. Americans deserve safe U.S. markets as an alternative to offshore platforms. Now you can trade spot crypto on CFTC registered exchanges. We knew that was coming. Innovators can finally come home and build, invest, and hire in America.
Going live.
Not only do we want Americans to come back home and to be trading here where they know that they have the protections that they deserve, but again, that means that American companies that are involved in the crypto industry, they're going to want to build here. They're going to want to invest here. They're going to want to hire here. So this is overall a net benefit to the economy.
Going live.
That's right. Benefit to the economy. We see it. And others fight it. So who's going to win? We're going to win, guys. We just riding that wave till it happens. Okay, we've saw some news. Yeah, as good as the SEC has been since Trump's term, what are they doing now? They have pushed back the short sale reporting deadline all the way to 2028. These hedge funds like Citadel are not required to reveal large short positions to the public. We need transparency. Wall Street, not Wall Street privilege. X Market News has, what is that? Ken Griffin from Citadel with the GameStop fiasco. Yeah, they're shorting. They're allowing this shorting, and they're, of course, who knows if they have the actual shares that they need to do that legally. Who knows? So they have to report, right? If they're doing stuff like that. And the SEC says, no need to do that now. Just worry about it later. They're going to push back those reporting deadlines. And, you know, it is what it is. We're used to the corruption. Let it keep going. That's what it looks like, what's going on. And X also says, this video seems to be forgotten. King Griffith lied under oath about the GameStop fiasco.
Thinks that there was collusion, that the big guys, all of you guys, were figuring out how to do this and ultimately come out ahead, as you always do.
Of course.
But did you talk to them about restricting?
There's a lot going on, guys, in all kinds of aspects of politics and financial crimes and all that, where, you know, they don't differentiate between legal and moral. There's no connection between those two. As long as they can figure out, hire a lawyer good enough to prove that that they'll get away with it, there's no worry about morals.
Doing anything to prevent people from buying, not selling, but buying in GameStop.
In other words, just because it's legal, it doesn't make it right, you know.
Let me be
Anybody in your organization?
Let me be perfectly clear.
What's up, Joseph?
Absolutely not.
So if we depose everyone in your organization, we will find that.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
He's denying these accusations. Lied under oath is what he's saying here. So hopefully they get down to the bottom of that. Will we ever see accountability, guys? There's so many things that need accountability. That's the only way you fix anything, right? I did see where Trump has Truth AI now. I'm sure if that's the social media platform doing their own AI. I saw that little thing about that earlier today, but I'm not sure. I don't have it pulled up or anything. But there is a problem with AI, and I've talked about this in the past. It's kind of gives you what you want, you know. It helps you. It helps you confirm, even if you're wrong. It'll help you confirm that. So there's a lot going on. Let's take a look at Speak with Dee about that.
Okay, I just want to caution you guys about something very scary in the world of social media right now. Earlier today, I was watching a video of a girl trying to prove her point about something utilizing a conversational feature with ChatGPT. I utilize ChatGPT. I like ChatGPT, but let me show you a conversation that I had with ChatGPT a couple weeks ago. I was asking it questions about habit formation, and it pulled up this study. It said, in fact, one study found that when people commit to a 3-week habit change, about 80% of them keep going. I was like, holy crap, that's crazy. This piqued my interest, and I said, just for my information, cite the source. I had so many more questions. I was like, I want to see this entire study. This sounds actually remarkable. And the response I got was, I couldn't find a single study that says 80% of participants stick with a 3-week challenge. So then I obviously asked, explain your thought process. Where did that 80% number come from? AI takeaway. AI is really good at producing something that sounds like what a human expert might say, but unless it's explicitly tied to a cited source, numbers can be invented or hallucinated. That's why your instinct to ask for the study was 100% right. So I pried further. Is AI constructed to help me prove my point, even if my point is inaccurate? And the response again, yes. I can unintentionally help you prove your inaccurate point.
So that's enough. Basically, that's it, guys. Be careful out there, because you're going to get the information that you're looking for. You're going to get the feed that it's been giving you. You're going to get the information over and over again that it's used to giving you. They're going to fit you into a box and feed you the same information and keep you in that box. So just be aware of that and just think outside of that box, basically. We saw Danielle on privacy. Good that Stellar's working on privacy. Let's see if there's any good comments about this. Now they're focused on privacy. That will be a big draw for people concerned about data security, of course. Privacy fuels demand. And here's Hubby saying pulse chain. Okay. Okay, Sorbonne hooks in beta. Here we go. Here's some Sorbonne. Real-time webhook-driven platform for developers to automate contract development, event monitoring, and cross-chain transactions on Stellar. I think I'm going to give that a follow. And they say privacy becomes a real opportunity when it's treated as core infrastructure. And it's great to see that vision shaping how Stellar builds forward. And when privacy lives on a blockchain that reacts instantly to on-chain events, the system becomes more adaptive, secure, and user-driven. So yeah, the theme of today has been privacy. Stellar's working on that as well. We went over all the chains that are offering that. This was last week. Tether CEO from CoinDesk fires back at the SEC after its Tether rating, saying the agency's legacy model fails investors for decades and that Tether is overcapitalized with no toxic reserves. He's big to defend himself. Of course, I think he's got the backing to do that. You know, if you ask me, someone has to be helping Tether out from a high place. You know how that goes. Yeah, so nothing to see there with Tether's backing, even though they're switching and buying gold left and right here lately. Pay no attention to their fiat backing. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Global markets investor, the rise of number of U.S. listed ETFs is insane. In 12 months, over 800 new U.S. ETFs have been created. 800 new. Biggest in history of all financial markets. This is nearly 3 times more than ETFs launched before the financial crisis. So realize where you're at, guys, with all this. These ETFs, there's never been ETFs like all this. All this is new. It's all taking off. And they're packaging all this stuff and taking the fees. Don't forget about the fees you got to pay if you're in an ETF. I found out the hard way. I was in an ETF a while back in a brokerage account, and yeah, I didn't have much fiat cash in the brokerage account, right? So, you know, why would you need fiat if you're buying stocks? Why not just own all stocks in your brokerage account? Well, evidently you have to keep fiat to pay the fees for the ETFs. So it's a wild game out there. And they're going to bundle all this stuff up. No one's going to know how these networks work behind the scenes. We know how they work. And bankers are going to know how they work, right? And fintechs is going to know how it works. Everybody else, guys, is just going to buy an ETF wrapper, right? Make it easy on them. They want whatever's easiest. Okay, we just mentioned Tether buying all the gold. Here's Jacob King saying just that. Tether has paused nearly all Bitcoin purchases for several weeks and is now the largest buyer of gold in the world. Tether, what? Wow. They know the days of manipulating the Bitcoin are coming to an end. That's because utility's coming. And they're trying to transfer their stolen wealth to an actual store of value before it all blows up. Wow. That's what it looks like to me too, Austin. Let's see. Disclosed TV. Department of Energy Secretary Chris Wright says that Trump's Genesis mission is an all-in national effort to take the power of AI and pair it with the 40,000 outstanding scientists and engineers at our national labs.
With this pen today, President Trump signed an historic mission. This is reminiscent of the Manhattan Project that brought World War II to an early and successful end, similar to the Apollo projects that put a man on the moon in 1969. This is an all-in national effort to take the power of AI and pair it with the 40,000 outstanding scientists and engineers at our national labs to use the world's largest supercomputers to advance innovation and science.
I saw something where AI has decoded blood type 0. Yeah, did you guys see that? Supposedly, the blood type 0 is absent of the markers, and now they've determined that it's something else. It's like, I can't remember. I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah, AI is going to fix a lot of things. It's going to help a lot of scientists out. A lot of government scientists is what it's doing here. So we're going to see a lot of good stuff come out, especially when it can, prove that stuff, find out discoveries like that. There's no telling what's going to be coming out with when scientists put that stuff to work for us. Joseph says AI isn't always accurate. That's true. AI is actually recording everyone's questions and thoughts and feeding it back to the main server to be tracked and monitored, of course. And at the same time, AI is learning from the users. Yeah. And it'll give you the answer you want, the answer you're looking for. It'll confirm you, even if you're wrong, evidently. No, not every time, of course, but these are called hallucinogens. ETFs are a double-edged sword. Yeah. Be careful with that as well. So AI is into the government now with the mission, Genesis mission, Trump's Genesis mission, an all-in national effort to take the power of AI and pair it with the scientists at our national labs. So we've got 40,000 government scientists. Wow. And they're all going to be on the same AI system, I assume. How is that going to make them redundant? We'll see. We'll see. Okay. And of course, on the theme of privacy, here's Camus saying something quietly terrifying is unfolding in Thailand, and almost no one's talking about it. Over the past 3 months, more than 3 million Thai citizens woke up to find every bank account they own frozen overnight. No warning, no specific reason given. People couldn't buy the food, the fuel, the medicine. Banks just said they are investigating suspicious activity. Many can't access their money. Months later, Thailand rolled out the exact biometric digital ID and transaction monitoring system now being pushed globally. And it instantly became the biggest real-world warning we've ever seen. Watch this clip. It's chilling. Retailers are now refusing cards and demanding cash only. Trust in the entire system has collapsed. That's because it's centralized control. We've got to point out that decentralized ID has an alternative product, sovereign identity, digital sovereign identity. You know, we're talking about we control the identity. We have our privacy. We control who gets what data and what amounts and when they get it and how much they get versus a centralized entity controlling this stuff and controlling and approving. And, you know, that's why I liked, what was it? Global ID. It's decentralized global ID and we're in charge of it. Yeah, we can get the government to make attestations that prove who we are, different things like that. But we're in a fight, guys. We need to really pay attention to this stuff. This is the real battle across the world. It's the sovereign identity versus digital identity. Let me see if I've got video on that. I think I did a video on, yeah, here it is. SSI versus centralized identity rails. Kind of a little abstract video I did there with the American flag there. And while you guys are at it, check out my store. I got some products on my YouTube channel to take you straight to my store. Just hit the tab if you guys are interested. Also, I have a second channel, guys. It's called Dulles Radio. All my synthesizer work that you hear here. I'll do a live radio stream. If you guys want to subscribe to that, it's Dulles Radio. That's a digital audio workstation less. So Dulles Radio. And anything else we want to cover before we get out of here? Bradley B, what's up, Bradley B? How you doing, buddy? What's up, family? White Bronco, silver, gold, purple. Yeah. Good to see you, my man. Anything else we want to cover before we get out of here? We've covered a lot. Oh, yeah, I wanted to play this, what he's talking about, what happened in Thailand. Yeah, centralized control versus SSI. SSI, sovereign, what did I call it? Self-sovereign identity. That's what it is. SSI, self-sovereign identity versus centralized identity. That's the battle, guys. That is everything. That's win or lose right there. And we need to use our Fourth Amendment. Crypto defenders battle for Fourth Amendment privacy. That's right. And let me play this right here. Where's it at? All around here. There we go.
Once you've got everything under one roof and you've got all your ID together in one place, it means you can be switched off at the touch of a button. So
if it's centralized control, you can. Right? No one's talking about this. Everyone's against CBDCs and digital identity, this and that. And they're not promoting self-sovereign identity.
They brought this system in Thailand, and suddenly, like simultaneously, over 3 million people had their bank accounts shut down. Thailand has become a case study for the use of biometric data in every facet of life. Every banking transaction is monitored and scrutinized. Any perceived discrepancy is flagged as fraud and punished without due process. Regulations have overwhelmed the system, resulting in a full-fledged banking crisis. Over 3 million Thai bank accounts were frozen instantaneously without warning as a result of government overreach. Transaction denied. You contact your bank to see why the payment failed, only to learn that your account has been frozen.
Yeah. What a horrible stories out there. I'm not going to play it all. We can only imagine what's going on out there, the level of control that we've seen versus the level of control that they want with the digital identities. What a mess out there, right? Crazy. I think I am gonna get out of here, guys. It was so good to be back. Jam my sense on the way out. We covered a lot about the Fourth Amendment and privacy today. Let's keep that in mind and push for SSI, self-sovereign identity versus digital identity. Shout out to D Cartel, Silver Days, X Lloyd, Yogi, Nathan. What's up, Nathan? Protein 40, Turple, Nurple, Jeffrey Dahmers, Ford F and Ranger in the house. You guys are awesome. Bradley B, at the end of the stream. Good to see you, Bradley. X Lloyd says, drop the link in chat connector. Clicking is easy. What link for the, let's see, here's the one for the store. And the one for the self-sovereign identity is right here. IRS, I'm retiring soon. Yeah, me too, Bradley B. I hope so, buddy. Good to see everybody still hanging in there, riding the wave. Good stream today. Let's go. You guys take care. We'll see you on the next one. MrConectr out. Peace, guys.